Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone and welcome to Krishna Chaitanya channel. So today is the second day of the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, and we are starting that means in the first we are still continuing the first chapter, but we are starting the Kamsa's demoniac rule, the continuation. We have been divided. The first chapter has been said before. The first chapter we divided into two halves. The first half is the need for help, and the second one is the Kamsa's demoniac rule. So now we are in the second half of the first chapter, and today we have the aim that we will complete the first chapter, and we are entering the second chapter tomorrow itself. So today we will discuss about the Kamsa's demoniac rule and what he had been done to his kingdom and his effect when he became the king. So that's the starting of when Kamsa became the king of Bhoja, Andaka, and Yadu dynasties. So before starting this story, we will have a small notification that if you haven't watched the previous video, please do so, because this is the continuation of the video, that particular video. So if you watch that video, this you have a clarity of this particular video, and don't forget this to share with your friends. So if you share with your friends, they will also understand what is the supreme personality of Godhead and how to know about this all leelas of Krishna. It can be listening and understanding it also, and glorifying it also, or making a notes also is better to know for this video. So now we completed the notification side. So let us do the recapitulation. So now, but if in the last day, the first day itself, we have been discussed about the need of help. The title itself called as the need of help. So we started with a photo when the earth is being controlled with a demon's hand. So why is the earth was controlled by demon's hand? Because at that time, the demonic kings, the demons who took the role of the kings, who have been interchanged. That means eventually the kings are very proud, the kings are very respectful, the kings are very uh, prideful, etc., etc. They have good qualities of kings. But coming to this time, that it was interchangeable. That means the demons came to the king's position, whereas the kings who are very pride, powerful, and whereas respectful, change themselves into the lower conditions. So when that position happened, Bhumi, the predominating deity of the earth, went to Brahmaloka. So she has been went in the form of a cow, and she said her calamity is crying. When Brahma saw this, Brahma was very sad, and with Brahma, all the demigods who are living in the Swargaloka and the other lokas came to go to the Svetadvipa planet. Svetadvipa planet has a ocean of milk. See, there are different types of oceans. Not only ocean of salty water, just like we have. So there is ocean of ghee. One planet has ocean of ghee. One planet has ocean of milk, such as Svetadvipa. There's a planet like that, and one planet is the ocean of oil. So there are so many reservoirs, so many liquid reservoirs. So then Brahma and all the other demigods went to the ocean of milk, went to the planet Svetadvipa, where Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, who is the form of the supreme personality of Godhead, was residing. And you know the form of the Kshirodakashaya Vishnu. He sleeps on the Adishesha, and Lakshmi Devi, who is there, Lakshmi Devi serves him. So the form is like that. So when Brahma and all the other demigods went to Svetadvipa and to the ocean of milk, they stood before. That means they didn't saw Kshirodakashaya Vishnu directly. They stood before and in the ocean of milk and prayed the Purusha Shukta. Purusha Shukta is the way it is written in the Vedas that whenever there is a calamity in any particular earth, Brahma with the other predominating deities will come and they will pray this Purusha Shukta. So this Purusha Shukta is been prayed in the is been there also in the Vedas, and most books are also written in this. So the demigods prayed with the help of the Purusha Shukta and to Kshirodakashaya Vishnu for the help. But whereas Kshirodakashaya Vishnu didn't respond. So Brahma, after praying the Purusha Shukta, he was totally in a serious and straight meditation. Brahma was in a position of meditating and connecting with the Lord, with the Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's a heart-to-heart connection with the Kshirodakashaya Vishnu. So in Srimad Bhagavatam also it has been said that Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. Hridaya, you can see the synonyms you can consider. That means when Brahma was also meditating at that time, by this method, Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, that means the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna gave all the supreme knowledge, all the Vedic knowledge to Brahma by heart-to-heart connection. Hridaya Adi Kavaye. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. So then Brahma was totally in a strong meditation, and just like before, he got the response of Vedic knowledge. He got that response. So that response, Brahma says to all the demigods that the Supreme Personality of Godhead will appear in the earth. So all the demigods should appear in the earth before the Supreme Personality of Godhead will appear in the earth in order to plan and execute his mission. If you take one example as Maya, who is the external potency of Vishnu, took one form and appeared in the earth called as Yoga Maya, whereas the Adishesh, he came to the appeared in the earth and came in the form of Balaram, whereas the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared in the earth as Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So after this response happened, Brahma went to his own Brahmaloka again. So from this we have been described everything. So now let us let us describe about now what happens. So the Kamsa's demonic rule we are talking about. Before we talked about the need of help, where Prithvi got the help and Brahma gave the response. After that, Kamsa's demoniac rule starts. So now the camera, which has been rotating here, there to Brahmaloka, to Svetadvipa, and to the ocean of milk, zoom in, zoom out, whereas everyone are doing Purusha Shukta. After that, Brahma went to his Brahmaloka. The camera also went to Brahmaloka. So everything after this happened. Totally, the camera, which is totally up, went down, 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 down to Bhumi. Bhumi means Bhuloka, the earth itself. So now, if the camera zooms in, we can see the Surasena king, the Mathura kingdom. So at that time, Surasena was the king of the kingdom of the country called as Mathura. So you can see in this picture, whereas the country called as Mathura. This is little bit later information, and there is no information before this. So you can see Surasena here. Surasena is one of the districts in Mathura, and in the districts of Surasena, there is one capital called as Mathura. So see the difference between Mathura and Mathura. Many people get confused because of this. They say Mathura is also the same. They say Mathura is the country and Mathura is the capital as the same thing. But it's called as Mathura as the capital as the country, and Mathura as the capital of Surasena, that means of all Mathura countries. Not only Mathura, the Mathura is also the capital of all the Yadu dynasties. Why? Why? Because the Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, will surely appear in the Mathura and lives eternally, just like he did in Dwaraka. The same. He ruled eternally there. So this is the thing. So now let us come back to the story. We have been discussed about Surasena's history, the king Surasena's history, with that Mathura's history. In that district, Surasena is there. In that capital, Mathura is there, which is the capital not only for Surasena, the district Surasena, it is the capital for all the Yadu dynasties and the kingdom of Mathura, sorry. So now, according to the custom of Vedic civilization, when a girl is married, the brother takes the sister to their home with his brother-in-law. Now we are coming, this is one of the law. That means this is one of the rules of the Kshatriya system of the marriage. And when you see here in this photo, that is happening. Where you can see the Ratha, that means the charioteer, who is also called as Kamsa himself. So here it has been said, according to the customs of Vedic civilization, according to the Kshatriya system of marriage, when a girl, that means Devaki herself, is married to Vasudeva, the brother who is called as Kamsa, that means Devaki is the brother of Kamsa, takes the sister who is called as Devaki to their home with his brother-in-law called as Vasudeva. So now we are coming to the story now. Here we have been talked about Surasena, and Surasena's son, who is Vasudeva, married to Devaki, and you saw Kamsa going riding the chariot from the place where the marriage happened to their house, after that to the father-in-law's house. So now we are seeing this Devaka's dowry. So in this generations, normally the dowries will have mostly low cost money. Low cost money means, yeah, in this dowries many people think that this is costly, 1 crore rupees or 10 lakhs or 25 lakhs. The money will come, or gold ornaments just like necklace or chains, etc., etc. But if you see Devaka's dowry, you will be surely shocked, and I will say this correctly, because there are, the sufficient dowry given by Devaka for the affection of her own daughter, who is also called as Devaki. Devaka gave this sufficient dowry. So the elephants, who are totally covered with gold ornaments, 400. What is this? 400 gold ornaments wearing. The elephants are wearing gold ornaments, not only one, not two, not three, 400. And you can see here the horses who are also wearing the gold ornaments, and who are beautifully decorated. There are 15,000, not one, not two, not even 100, 15,000. And the chariots, which has been totally decorated by the gold, not one, not two, but 1,800. And the beautiful women, not only 10, not 100, but 200. Wow, what is this Devaka sufficient dowry, you say? Most people get shocked with this. Not I also got shocked with this. Devaka, now here there's a word called as sufficient. Are you thinking in this generations, when this particular dowry is being given to one family to the other family, are you thinking that this is a sufficient dowry, or insufficient, or totally it is sufficient dowry? Like for the lifetime, is it the totally sufficient dowry? Most people say it's totally sufficient dowry. So Devaka's dowry in this generations is not a sufficient dowry, but over sufficient dowry. So it is like that. So after Devaka gave this dowry, now let us go back to the second rule of the Kshatriya system of the marriage. So the Kshatriya system of the marriage which has been traceable at least to the time before the advent of Lord Krishna 5,000 years ago. So when Krishna was born before the advent of Lord Krishna 5,000 years ago, the Kshatriya system of the marriage, which is still current in India, dictates that when a Kshatriya is married, a few dozen of bride's young girlfriends, in addition to the bride, go to the house of the king. The followers of the queen are also called as maid servants, but actually they act as friends of the queen. This practice is prevalent from time immemorial. And so why Vasudeva thinks that this is too insufficient and brought another 200 beautiful girls along with his wife Devaki. What is this? Now the 200 became 400 beautiful girls coming with the marriage. See now everyone will talk about dowry rather than the story. I know this. Everyone will talk about the dowry, how shocking is the dowry looks like rather than the story. So just leave the dowry and let us come back to the story again. So it was a beautiful atmosphere where Devaki and Vasudeva were sitting in the chariot and Kamsa were riding their chariot. Beautiful, beautiful musical instruments were coming like bugles, trumpets, horns, etc. It was beautiful musical atmosphere until something came. The Akashvani came. When Akashvani warned Kamsa totally with a big thud, then Akashvani warned Kamsa that, oh, foolish Kamsa, how foolish you are. Your sister Devaki's eighth son will surely, who you are riding now. Devaki, your sister, who is the eighth son, and that eighth son will be as Marana Devata to you. In many, many series, it has been said it's called as Marana Devata in normal words, but it is called as it, the eighth person who will be born to Devaki will kill you. And Kamsa was totally like envious. Kamsa was totally brutal. And Kamsa started to take Devaki's hair and open his sword and tried to kill her, whereas Vasudeva stopped him. Vasudeva stopped him and pacified Kamsa. Vasudeva gave so many reasons in this particular speech when he speak. These are the reasons which is eventually there for the system of the body, which anyone can understand. That much beautifully Vasudeva has been taught for us, for Kamsa. Vasudeva claimed that Kamsa was the greatest warrior and a valiant king. But he questioned Kamsa that why was he afraid of death? He said to Kamsa that death was already born with birth. Every single moment we die. Every single second, every single day, every single hour we die. Vasudeva explained the system of what happens when we leave our body with an example of a man walking on a street. Vasudeva explains about the next life situation of the past body with the dreams. Vasudeva continues and explains the interrelationship between the soul and the body with an example of the luminous planets and the reservoirs. Vasudeva explains the process of accepting and rejecting with the connection of the senses. Vasudeva has been explained this explicitly that no one can explain like this. Vasudeva gives so many examples for us, and we will discuss about it one after the other. So, the first one, what he has been said, that death was born when birth was also born. So, every single moment, every single second, death, you will die. You cannot bring that every single moment back again, and just like every single second you cannot bring that back again, and you will die every single moment, every single second, and you're dying now also. Final death is inevitable. Vasudeva said to Kamsa that if you are now totally 25 years old, suppose, then you die 25 years. So now final death is inevitable. Vasudeva said, you may be died today also, or you may die 100 years after also. So the final death is always inevitable. So the next topic which Kamsa says that you will leave one body and take the other body by the past reactions and reactions inspected by the laws of nature. Take a look at this man. When the man is walking with his right foot, he took his right foot first, and he is confidential with that. He leaves his left foot and puts his up on the ground. And after that, when he puts the right foot up on the air and completes all the tasks, the left foot comes in, and he will surely be confidential with that. So just like the same process, Vasudeva said that if you leave one particular body, if you are confidential with that particular body and you leave that body, you will take the other body so soon by the past reactions and actions inspected by the laws of the nature. So the second reason, the third reason eventually, what did Vasudeva said to Kamsa to pacify him, that when you took another body, you will forget the past body and identify yourself that I am this particular body. Take a look at this girl. So, did anyone go up the bed, can go up to the atmosphere? That means to the air, up on the air. No, that's just the dreams. Because if you dream, you may eventually go. You may eventually be a golden mountain. You may eventually be a slipper seer. You may eventually be a bed himself. You may eventually be a girl or a boy or a human being or an animal also. But when you wake up again, you are the same body. You are the body which now you are being. If you are a human body also, if you are a human body or an animal body, etc., etc. Just the same as like that. If you leave one particular body when you think it in the dreams, and you will take another body, and you identify yourself, and you will forget the past body, and you will do your own tasks, identify yourself that I'm this pig, I'm this donkey, I'm this monkey, I'm a dog, I'm a human myself, a great human, I'm an Alexander. So you identify yourself with that particular construction of a body. Let us go to the fourth reason. What did Vasudeva pacified him to Kamsa? You will move and change your body, but the soul in you will never move nor change. Here it has been said. So he took an example of the luminous planets, just like sun, moon, and he took one reservoir, just like water, he, and we have been discussed before that the ocean of milk also can be coming. So when the luminous planets gets reflected by the particular surface of the reservoirs, just like water, but when the water moves, the you can see that the moon is also moving. But when you see up, then there is nothing that kind of moon is moving. The moon, you can see, is not moving. So just like that, Vasudeva described to Kamsa that you will change each other body, and each other body, just like it can be a pig, it can be a donkey, it can be a monkey, it can be a human itself, it can be Alexander also. But your soul never ever changes nor moves. And the last one, Vasudeva says that you agree and regret. You agree one thing and you regret the same thing. There is no certainty how a living entity contacts a certain type of body. Just as there is no certainty how a blazing fire comes in contact with a certain type of wood in the forest. This is one example. When there is a forest fire, it is experienced that the blazing fire sometimes leaps over one tree and catches another by the influence of the wind. Similarly, a living entity may be very careful in the matter of executing his duties, but it is still very difficult for him to know what type of body he is going to get in the next life. Maharaja Bharata was very faithfully executing the duties of self realization, but by chance he developed temporary affection for a deer, and in his next life he had to accept his own body of the deer. So these are the five main explanations Vasudeva said, which says the system of the body. Anyone can understand, even though an infant can understand these five main explanations, which says the system of the body. This is also mainly there in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, in the second chapter, you can see these all five main explanations here. But there's one doubt coming here. Kamsa didn't even understand a single word. It's no use because Kamsa is a demon. Kamsa, being a demon, he never listens to the good instructions, and never understands it. So that this distinguishes, Srila Prabhupada distinguish between the demigods and the demons. The demigods listens to the good instructions and understands it, whereas the demons, they never listen to the good instructions and they will not even understand it. So they will not even put it, they will not even apply it to their life to be happy. Whereas they use their own and simple or some or the other methods they will invent themselves, which leads to the demonic effect of the planet which happened now. So after this, Vasudeva failed to pacify Kamsa, even though he said the five main explanations, which says the system of the body very explicitly, very explicitly, he failed to pacify Kamsa. So Vasudeva thinks that what I should do to save Devaki, my newly wedded wife, what I should do to save my child. So at final, Vasudeva says the word of honor. So let us talk about the relation between the word of honor and Vasudeva himself. Vasudeva, who is very respectful because of his word of honors. Any word of honor you say, any word of honor he takes, he will put it and he will apply it in his life, total in his lifetime until his end of the life. So he is being like that. So now Vasudeva's word of honor. What did Vasudeva said now? Which leads totally until his lifetime. Vasudeva said that, oh Kamsa, now even though I said all these five main explanations, which says about the system of the body, you cannot understand it. So I will say the word of honor that if any single child will be born to Devaki, I will present it to you. I will present the baby to you so that you can do any particular action. Rather, it can be killing, rather, it can be cuddling. So, Kamsa was totally satisfied with that. So, see, Vasudeva, even though in his word of honor, even though it is so painful, he is doing his own duties. But whereas Kamsa will never hesitate to do the duties which eventually harms the people, which eventually harms the society. This is the distinguishing between the demons and the demigods. So now, after Vasudeva gave the word of honor, every single year Devaki got a one child, and Vasudeva gives that child to Kamsa, and the same thing happens all the way. So the first year when Vasudeva got the child and Vasudeva gave that child to Kamsa, Kamsa was totally pacified. Kamsa was totally unhappy that why I should kill the first child. And Kamsa said that, oh Vasudeva, just take your first child. I don't need your child. That Akashani, who is the prophecy of the sky, said that the eighth child will be coming and killing me, so that before he kills me, I'll kill him. So that bring me the eighth child. That's it. Just and only take your first child, second child, third child, fourth child, fifth child, sixth child, seventh child. How many children you get, you take them. Except the eighth child, you give me back. So this Kamsa's pacifiedness has been said. I think so. For the first time, you are finding that Kamsa is totally like in a pure goodness manner. But then the whole party was being spoiled by Narada Muni. Narada Muni came and he was very eager by the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Narada also warned that they and that all the people who are surrounding him, Ugrasena, and the commander in chiefs, the other people who are there, they are also the form of demigods, so that you first take control of them, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead may be coming any single time. It is not constant, it's a variable. It's not constant, but it's a variable. It can be first child, it can be second child, it can be third child, it can be fourth child, it can be fifth child, any single thing. Narada Muni said like that, which eventually spoiled the party of Kamsa. So now what did Kamsa did? Kamsa jailed. Kamsa arrested his own father Ugrasena by the he arrested his own father Ugrasena, who is the chief of all Bhoja, Andaka, and Yadu dynasties. By the grace of Narada, Kamsa got that he was a demon called Kalanemi in before life, and he died due to Vishnu. This made the party more spoiling. This made the party more spoiling. So after Kamsa jailed Ugrasena, and he was totally killing all the children who were being born by Vasudeva. The first child was also being killed. The second child was also being killed, and he was being declared that he is the king of all these dynasties, the Bhoja, the Andaka, and Surasena. He also occupied the kingdom of Surasena, who is whose father, that means whose father of Vasudeva is. Eventually they will say mama, that means he is the brother of the is brother of Devaki, and Devaki father-in-law is Surasena, and he occupied all the kingdoms from all the places. He occupied every single thing. Surasena dynasty he occupied, Yadu's dynasty he occupied, Bhoja dynasty he occupied, and Andaka dynasty he occupied, and he collabed with all the demons, making him very powerful. So this is the story between the Kamsa's demoniac rule. So after, so we have been completed to this time the first chapter of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport of the first chapter of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the advent of Lord Krishna. Let us end this session with a Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mahapuran ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuran ki Jai. लीला पुरुष श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय. जय जय श्री राधे श्याम. हरे कृष्णा.